What's happening, gang? It's your boy Retro back again with another reaction video. Yeah. Today we got another huge update. Now you guys can probably already tell that it is going down. Just by that title alone, you guys are definitely gonna want to check this one out. So we got CBS News Network back in that hot seat, potentially on the hook for another massive lawsuit and the loss of their broadcasting licensing after being caught once again deceptively doctoring interviews in order to fit their narratives, guys. And I'm excited to get into this one, so we're not straight into it. All I ask that you guys please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and without further ado, hop straight into it, folks. Check this one out. Okay, so to kick this one off, we seen this tweet coming from our Secretary of Department of Homeland Security, Kristi Noem, tweeting out just yesterday saying, "This morning I joined CBS to report the facts about Kilmar Abrego Garcia. Instead, CBS shamefully edited the interview to whitewash the truth about this MS-13 gang member and the threat he poses to the American public safety." Check this out right here. So on the top, we're going to see the uncut version, the part that was clipped away from the Face the Nation interview and aired out to the public. And on the bottom, we're going to see that it got cut out. We're going to see that there is none of what the details that Kristi Noem listed during her interview is present during that aired broadcast on CBS.
And the one thing that we will continue to do is to make sure that he doesn't walk free in the United States of America. This individual was a known human smuggler, a MS-13 gang member, an individual who was a wife beater, and someone who was so perverted that he solicited nude photos from minors. And even his fellow human traffickers told him to knock it off. He was so sick in what he was doing and how he was treating small children. So he needs to never be in the United States of America, and our administration is making sure we're doing all that we can to bring him to justice.
Say it is not so. Once again, we're seeing the dishonest legacy media proving why they have lost the public's trust. We got them doctoring up a sit-down interview, Face the Nation interview with Department of Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem. They see that Kristi Noem absolutely read that man his rights. Abrego Garcia called it exactly how it is, yet legacy media keeps wanting to paint this picture of an innocent Maryland man, and this time it may cost them a bit. And immediately following that outrage tweet coming from Secretary Kristi Noem, we've got the official page of the Department of Homeland Security on Twitter tweeting out saying, "Shameful. CBS attempts to whitewash the truth about MS-13 gang member, human trafficker, serial abuser, and predator Kilmar Abrego Garcia. You guys have to watch for the truth. This is absolutely unacceptable." And like I said, they may have to pay in a big way. This is very reminiscent, reminds me of what we've seen with the whole Kamala Harris 60 Minutes interview. We cannot forget about that, where CBS was defeated in a major way.
But it seems that Prime Minister Netanyahu is not listening.
Well, Bill, the work that we have done has resulted in a number of movements in that region by Israel that were very much prompted by or a result of many things, including our advocacy for what needs to happen in the region.
But it seems that Prime Minister Netanyahu is not listening.
We are not going to stop pursuing what is necessary for the United States to be clear about where we stand on the need for this war to end.
I can't believe this network would be this foolish. This is almost the identical situation presented itself once again. We're just seeing that instead of cutting and pasting a whole different narrative into the situation, we see them taken out of the context of what Kristi Noem said. And we've seen the way that President Donald Trump reacted to this situation, almost instantly threatening a lawsuit against CBS as a news network. They should lose their licensing.
They changed Kamala's answer. They didn't edit. They took her entire, which showed she was crazy. They took it out, the entire paragraph, and it was a long, lots of, they say word salad. I don't like the term, actually, but they say word salad. It was just words, like rambling words, horrible. Yeah. So they take it out, and they put another statement that she made 2 pages later. They insert it. and nobody would have known the difference, and they got caught.
Oh,
They got caught.
Yeah, you've nailed
And,
CBS.
and
a
I
few
think
times.
it's the worst scandal. You know, it's one thing if they took even a sentence off, because they do that with me all the time, because I like to speak in long sentences, paragraphs, right? And if they take a sentence out like in the middle, it really does screw it up. But think of this. They took the whole thing in, and they replaced it with a totally unrelated time and place, and they put it in. And that's the only one that we caught. And we want them to release the tapes now. So I think I'm going to sue them, actually.
Good. Go for it.
I think so. No, you know why? They can't defend it. And if they do, and even if they win, it's going to be very embarrassing. 60 Minutes, so I've done it many times. I did it with Mike Wallace. The best one I ever had was Mike Wallace, and he was the biggest killer. And, you know, Chris tries to be Mike, but you still have to have it.
Yeah, he's not cutting it.
He doesn't.
He's not
doesn't have
cutting it.
But it's a very embarrassing moment for them, but the media is not pressing it. You would think the media would be pressing it.
So we all remember what followed that with CBS deceptively editing the 60 Minutes Kamala Harris interview. We got the post right here from New York Post saying that Trump's now suing CBS for $10 billion for allegedly deceptively doctoring of Kamala Harris's 60-minute interview. And then in the weeks that follow, we've seen breaking news that President Donald Trump won that lawsuit against 60 Minutes, securing a $36 million settlement. I mean, right here is textbook. I told you guys the situations are almost identical, presenting themselves. We're seeing that they once again were foolish enough to doctor a sit-down interview, and this time it made absolutely no sense. I mean, they've lost complete, I want to say all public trust. I don't know who's still stuck watching these legacy media outlets, but I know that most individuals rely on independent journalists like myself, you know, folks that are going to give it to you straight. We don't have to answer to any boss or anyone's making us push these false narratives or put a spin on it. We're just giving it to you exactly as it comes. And that's how true media should be. Shame on these outlets that continue to try to lie and mislead the public, exactly why they've lost all public trust. And then right here, we've got a tweet from our friend Bad Hombre on the executive editor of Face the Nation, the folks who actually green-lighted this edit against Kristi Noem just the other day. Bad Hombre says, meet Mary Hager, executive editor of Face the Nation. She made the decision to deceptively edit Secretary Kristi Noem's answers today in order to run cover for illegal MS-13 gang member and trafficker Kilmar Abrego Garcia. She needs to be fired. And I just want you guys to see who we're speaking about, who ultimately granted this and green-lighted through the editing or the cut of the clip of Kristi Noem during her Face the Nation interview. So it looks like they've got a couple of folks that are going to come after CBS News Network being one of them. But this executive editor of Face the Nation may also be subject of this lawsuit. And of course, this whole thing has got the internet buzzing in a frenzy. We've got folks weighing in on X. We got our friend Noah Christopher here tweeting out saying that CBS editing facts shows media bias at its worst. Kristi Noem clearly exposed a dangerous criminal. MS-13 gang ties and abuse history. Trump's focus on border security and law enforcement exposes these threats. Honestly, I mean, come on. She read it down the line. That's why I really enjoy who is in Trump's cabinet. It seems like he's got a bunch of straight shooters. They're not going to beat around the bush. They're going to hit that nail smack dab on the head every single time. We've had enough of this. The legacy media spin has got to go. And we got our friend Matt Van Swole here saying, if you watch the mainstream media, you are purposefully consuming fictional content. I mean, that's what it is. It's all farce at this point. There is no truth to it. They completely spin it to the point of no return. This is all propaganda. He then continues on saying they're selling you a fictional story. They carefully select the protagonists, the antagonists, heroes, and villains for a narrative. Turn it off and find the truth. I'm so glad. I already know you guys have found the truth here with your boy RetroStef, but I really, that's why I'm putting this out there, to bring more awareness, shine light on this dark matter, this dark situation. We see a lot of folks aren't getting this side of the media. They're not getting the real, the raw. And I really want more folks to wake up to what's happening right in front of our eyes. These mainstream media outlets, especially the left-wing ones, cannot continue to get away with this. And we got another one. I thought this one was pretty funny, poking fun at CBS News Network. This is from Brick Sue here on X, saying at this rate, CBS will end up paying for the entire White House ballroom for President Donald Trump. Can't forget that this whole project of the new ballroom within the White House is supposed to be funded by President Donald Trump and a couple of private donors. But I mean, at this rate, we already seen them having to fork over, what, $36 million for the deceptive editing of the Kamala Harris 60 Minutes interview. Now we've got the whole Kristi Noem debacle on the table. I mean, at this rate, they're going to end up putting the entire bill if they continue these deceptive editing practices. When will they give it a break? This is very foolish by CBS. And then finally, we have Tiffany here on X saying something needs to be done about the legacy media's obvious propaganda. This cannot stand. Yo, there we have it, guys. Oh my goodness. Once again, we're seeing CBS News Network walking themselves down a dangerous and dark path. Would not be surprised if this one doesn't result in them forking over more money to someone within the Trump administration. This time, Kristi Noem, with the very deceptive, dishonest editing, or I should say splicing, of her interview. They completely cut out the entire segment when she describes Abrego Garcia to a T and the nature of his characteristics. This is no Maryland man that's being sent over or deported from our country. This is, a criminal migrant, someone who is not supposed to be in our country and has been a threat since the moment that he got here. This is a criminal gang member we're speaking about. I'm not even going to get off into the specifics. We've seen Kristi Noem running it down, and yet CBS just doesn't want to hear it. They don't want folks that are still blinded by their false narratives to see the truth of the situation. They want folks to continue to feel sorry and pity this man who clearly does not belong within our country. Can't wait to see where this one goes. I'm sure there's going to be tons more updates. We'll be covering them all right here with your boy RetroStef, guys. But definitely hop in that comment section. Comments are open. And I'm excited to hear what you guys are thinking on this whole situation. Also, make sure you guys please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. If you'd enjoy more content like this, catch you guys on the next week.